Welcome everybody. My name is Rebel Fig and I'm president of the board of directors of the Peace and Justice Center. We'd like to welcome you to the first of an anticipated series of teach-ins that we're going to do on a variety of topics. We want your input on this. So we're going to be putting together a survey to ask you what topics sound very interesting to you. We'll give you some to select from, and to do that, you need to be on our eBlast site. So how do you do that? You get on your computer and go to pjcsoco.org. Once you're there, you'll see a chance to sign up for the eBlast, and it will tell you everything that's coming up in the immediacy of the next month or so. So tonight, we're going to have a very important presentation on zero waste and how best you can reduce your climate change impact of things you buy and consume with some experts from Recology and Zero Waste. And to kick it off and introduce everyone, I'm going to introduce our first presenter, Sloane Pagal. There you are. There you are.
Thank you for having us. I'm the Zero Waste Program Manager with Zero Waste Sonoma, and I'm going to start off by kind of covering who we are as an agency and the programs that we offer. Then I will pass it over to Marie Niemeyer with Recology, who will give us some great tips for holidays and lowering your waste throughout the holiday season. And then we'll finish with Zinzi Tan, my colleague at Zero Waste Sonoma, who will talk about organics and composting. So, Zero Waste Sonoma is a joint powers authority. We were established in 1992, so we are a government agency and we serve and represent all 10 jurisdictions in Sonoma County. We have 5 pillars, and that includes household hazardous waste facility and program, the organics program, zero waste planning and policy, public education, and reporting. So people often ask, what is household hazardous waste and why does it matter? Well, all of these items really require special treatment and they need to be handled with special considerations. So we have a facility out in Petaluma at 500 Meacham Road, and that is open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 7:30 to 2:30. And you can bring all of these items, like things that you'd find in your home: aerosol sprays, cleaning products, personal care products, perfumes, sharps and needles, some things in the yard like fertilizers and pesticides, and then paints, things in your garage and workshop that you might find, glue, oil and filters, solvents. And one fun thing that I'll mention about the hazardous waste facility is that we have a reuse locker. So people can bring in things they have in excess, like the cleaning supplies I was mentioning, or maybe some fertilizers or paint, and you can go there and actually pick out items for free that people have left. And another thing that you can pick out is paint, and there's several colors that you can see here on the screen. There's like a green, a tan, a gray, and a blue. And so those are all made from recycled paint that other folks have brought in before. So just make sure to take advantage of that free service that we offer. And if you have hazardous waste and you can't make it out to the facility, we have other options, including a rover pickup service that you can make an appointment for by visiting our website at zerowastesonoma.gov, as well as every Tuesday we have another collection event, and it rotates all around Sonoma County. So you will need an appointment for that as well, but you can also register for free online. We have the QR code there, but otherwise just zerowastesonoma.gov. The next one is coming up next Tuesday in Oakmont at from 2 to 7, and after that, I think that one's the last one for the year, but coming back in January for those Tuesday collection events.
Real quick, Sloane, I don't think we have blue paint. I think it's off-white.
Thank you for the correction.
Yeah.
I think it looks differently maybe on the
Yeah.
screen. Yeah. Did I skip one? No. So here's an image of our electronic waste recycling events. We have these about once a month, and this is an opportunity for residents to bring in things they might have lying around their house, including televisions, office equipment, stereos, smartphones, laptops, even some medical equipment like CPAPs and BiPAP machines, also cords. So we also encourage folks to remove the batteries before they bring their e-waste to this event. We work with Conservation Corps North Bay, and you'll see those folks there in the photo. So you just pull up, and they collect all the e-waste out of your vehicle, and then congregate it, and then it gets shipped to a recycling facility where the components like metal, glass, and some of the plastics can get recycled. So the next one is December 8th through 10th at Lucchese Park in Petaluma. And you can also bring your e-waste to any of our transfer stations as well, and they do receive that for free. Something that we've added recently as a program offering in Sonoma County is solar panel recycling. So these are a universal waste, and they are something that needs special treatment as well. There are components in there that can be recycled, and they are tested after they are collected through this program. And if they can be reused, we are in the process of finding a way to resell them or put them back in circulation. Otherwise, they're disassembled and recycled. Some of the local ordinances that we have here, everyone is probably familiar with the single-use plastic bag ban by this point. In the last couple of years, we've also worked with all the cities and the county to adopt a disposable foodware and styrofoam ban, and that requires that the single-use foodware items should be compostable or recyclable in our local systems. And so that really includes fiber-only compostables, and that means nothing with a coating or a shiny lining. And then for the recyclables, we're kind of looking at clear PET plastics, like for a cold cup, as well as aluminum, and no accessories should be provided unless they are requested by a customer, and that also includes condiments as well. Styrofoam is actually no longer able to be sold at retail stores, so cups and plates, as well as the coolers that you might see around. If you do see those around, we do encourage you to give us a shout on our website at zerowastesonoma.gov. We have a report form, and then that way we can provide the outreach to those specific businesses and just let them know, why this problematic material needs to go away. And then looking forward to the next year, we're going to be working with the cities and the county to adopt a construction, demolition, and deconstruction ordinance that is going to improve the way that we track the material that is coming out of construction jobs and job sites. And then the deconstruction component will require that any building that was constructed over 100 years ago or is designated in a historical vicinity will have to be taken apart by hand, and that will allow us to save really high value materials like old growth lumber and other items that buildings have a lot of embedded carbon in them, and so this is a chance to reduce carbon emissions from building. Another really exciting event that we've kind of helped coordinate, and we're hoping to do more of these, is the repair fair and fix-it clinics. So we participated in coordinating about 6 of these events in the last 2 years. The idea is to help folks maintain the life and extend the life of the consumer goods that they already have, and with the ultimate goal of keeping them out of the landfill. So people can bring in things like bikes, lamps, small appliances, clothing and textiles, small electronics, and get get some help with those repairs, and it's all at no cost. And so we just had one of these at the Petaluma Library on November 4th. It was a huge success. We saved about 630 pounds from the landfill. There were, I think, 80 items that got repaired, and we had about 140 participants. So if you're interested in learning more, go to reusealliance.org, and you can check out all the upcoming events. That's our partner organization. The next one is going to be happening on February 17th in Santa Rosa at the main library downtown. So we hope to see you there. And again, visit the website if you're interested in volunteering or if you want more information and to register. So just to touch on another kind of problematic thing that we see a lot, are mattresses and box springs. They do make up a large portion of illegal dumping here in Sonoma County and elsewhere too. But it's important to note that over 80% of a mattress and box spring components actually can be recycled. So that includes like the steel, the foam, fabric, and wood. And so we partner with Bye Bye Mattress to host free recycling events throughout the year and make it a little bit easier for residents to help keep these big bulky items out of the landfill. And the Bye Bye Mattress program has already helped recycle 5 million mattresses in California. So it's a really great program, and just in case the timing of these events don't line up with you, or you want to get rid of one sooner or later, you can bring them for free for recycling at the Conservation Corps North Bay office, and that's in Cotati. So check out our website if you want the address and hours of operation for that. So this is a slide to show something that you might know us for. This is one of the things we do every year. We publish our Zero Waste Guide, and on the screen you'll see the 2023 guide, and we're getting ready for the next year guide for 2024. We do this in print, and we also have this in digital form on our website. And that's really nice because it's searchable, so if you have something that's specific, it can save a little time by typing it in the search bar. And you can also call us on our Eco Desk at 707-565-3375 if you just have a question. And we do partner with Saluna Outreach Solutions to do Spanish language outreach at events, and this is kind of just to highlight this great partnership that we have. And they do a lot of great things in the community for us and with us. And so now to kind of highlight the single-use plastics problem. Everybody has heard about this and knows about this, so this is a thing that is never really going to go away, and I think at this point I've read that there is over 5 trillion pieces of plastic already in the ocean, and that's just increasing because more plastic is being produced, and they're turning into microplastics when they're exposed to that environment. So, the other problem with this is they're made from fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are, a huge contributor to greenhouse gas emissions and climate change. So what are we supposed to do with all of this plastic so we don't end up like wherever this image is? Well, one thing you can do is try to make a little bit of smarter purchasing choices, and one way to do that is by checking the resin codes on the bottom of your plastic container. So within the chasing arrows symbol, you'll see a number, and number 1 is the PET. That's like a clear plastic. That is highly recyclable, and that's a good one to do. Also, number 2, high density polyethylene. That one is very common, and it's also easy to recycle. That'll be like your jugs and things like detergent bottles. And then you'll see number 5, that's polypropylene. That kind of comes in different forms, but if you see the number 5, there's some food containers that are polypropylene, like those deli containers. Do you have any others just off the top of your head? I mean, number 5, look for
Yogurt
that
containers,
one.
cups,
Yogurt,
cheese
there we
tubs,
go.
those
Yeah.
kinds of things.
So look for those numbers and definitely put them clean and dry in your blue bin. That is a big difference to reduce contamination in the blue bin. That's the key here. So let's see. Yeah. Another slide on something that's coming up. We have SB 54. So this is a new state law that's trying to address packaging waste, which makes up 27% of what we're dumping in California landfills. So we really need to tackle the packaging waste and help meet our state's recycling goals and climate goals. So this law is going to shift the plastic pollution burden from the consumers to the plastics industry by raising $5 billion over 10 years. And you can see on the slide here cutting 25% of single-use plastic use, recycling 65% of single-use plastics from packaging and foodware, and then making 100% of single-use plastics recyclable or compostable. So the goal of this is to support disadvantaged low-income and rural communities that are hurt most by the impacts of plastic waste, and shifting those costs and solutions to the manufacturers that are really creating this problem. Just to touch on 2 others quickly here, AB 973 is kind of tied into this as well, where we're increasing to 25% post-consumer recycled plastic and 50% by 2030 for beverage containers. And then SB 1335 is more about encouraging design changes to help minimize the amount of litter that's escaping into the environment. So what happens to the stuff that's recycled into a new plastic? Well, I just want to highlight there's several companies that are using 100% recycled content for these water and food containers. And so you'll see here on this slide, those are the brands that have already transitioned to 100% recycled content. And then down there, Mountain Valley Spring Water has done 35% recycled content. So this is important because this is going to help drive the markets for recycled content. And right now, that's kind of a missing piece of the puzzle. So as the demand for recycled content increases, the value of that scrap material increases as well. So what can you do? You can do a lot, and zero waste is a goal. We really would rather have a lot of people participating and doing it the best that they can than just a few people doing it perfectly. So this kind of looks like just a commitment, a personal commitment to kind of paying attention to the things that you're purchasing, being conscious of bringing your own containers, and that can be your water bottle, your mug, your food containers, utensils, using reusable as much as you can, and kind of helping to shift the paradigm. And this is kind of like a repetitive slide here, but if you haven't already signed up your business, or if you aren't being provided a green bin where you live, advocate for that and make that happen. Again, switching from disposables and single use to reusables as much as possible in personal and professional life. Looking for that recycled content products. There's even clothes that are made from recycled content at this point. Donating excess food, using compost as much as you can, and Zinzi will talk a lot more about that. Disposing of your items properly, and one way to do that is by looking at the Zero Waste Guide, where you can get all your information on how to do that. Water refill stations and bringing your own water bottle. And that'll wrap it up for me. Thank you.